Reddit user Elk Bond says, "My word, another friends talking about random shit podcast. What a new and unique genre."
Okay, you know what? I get the sarcasm.
We're just two white bitches trying to have fun.
Shut the fuck up.
Welcome to Incognita.
Incognito?
Fuck. Incognito.
In all seriousness, I actually truly don't care. I thought it was funny, and Megan thought we should share that.
Welcome back, guys, to Incognito. Holy fuck, it's been a while.
This one
To
is,
us.
Yeah,
even.
not to you guys. This is a ASMR pod almost because we have a sleeping Keith in the other room. So if it's a little quieter than usual, either you're welcome or I'm sorry.
We don't really know, because it might go 2 ways. I'm pretty buzzy right now, so if I raise my voice, Keith, you've been my best friend for 10 years. You're gonna have to fucking deal, motherfucker.
And this one might be a hard one to edit because, like, if we're talking quiet in some spots and loud in others, like, I apologize if the audio is not there.
Yeah, and like in all seriousness, guys, like I can't speak English. We have actually been really unique in our audio. Half of it's good and half of it fucking sucks.
Majority of it, I would argue, is bad.
No, it's really bad, and we're just gonna address it here. We're really sorry about that. I don't know. No, I'm not sorry because truthfully, it's a new podcast. We've been A/B testing several different platforms, and we finally invested in good mics, which is good.
This episode goes out to Elk Bond from Reddit. I know you want to suck our I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
Milo literally is choking on his bone in the background because he is so fucking excited about your comment. He's really on it.
For real though, when Megan told me that she took this pod to Reddit because she felt our views are down, and I went, our views from 10 to what? 9, 8? Like, what do you mean?
Literally, we have two loyal listeners, and that's about it. I literally visited a friend last weekend.
What do you mean our views are down?
I'm just trying to spread
They're
the love.
always down.
I'm trying to spread the love, man.
So when she said she took it to Reddit, I looked at Keith and I looked at her. I went, no.
This isn't going to be good. One person was interested in collabing.
I would love to collab.
Probably was a spam, and you know what?
That's fine.
Totally fine. We'll still collab with you, scammer.
That reminds me of the time when I made an Instagram account for Milo when I first got him.
Oh, you did. I followed it.
Yeah, and I was like, he's so cute. Everybody's going to want, like, I'm going to get rich off of him. And anyway, I got so many requests, like, let me send you merch, let me whatever, all spam. I was like, okay, well, I'm not dumb, okay?
Yeah, I made a Instagram account about my cat Vinny, so I feel ya. But how
many views did he have while he was around?
He had about 15 or so, 30 likes on the
for
post.
Him.
He was doing good, and then I got locked out of the account, if I'm being honest. And I actually still don't have access, but it's still floating there up on Instagram. Vinny, the Russian Blue Kitty, if anyone's interested.
What? Megan, you are not asking for people to follow an account you, first of all, can't even get into, an account you can't make new content for.
No, but, if you're a diehard, if you're a diehard Incognito fan, give it a listen. And another thing we have to apologize about is Milo. We don't know what Milo's doing. I'm grabbing him with my feet.
All I'm going to say is, ignoring the Milo comment, I think I know what's going on with that Vinny account.
What?
I think Elon Musk is running it now.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. Elon Musk is... Explain to me what he's doing.
So, okay, back to Milo. He is chewing the bottom half of the chair. It's a metal chair.
All right. Well, enough said about our intro. How the heck are ya? It's been It's been a hot minute since we podcasted. Anything new with the mayor, with the Mariah, with the smush, with the girl with the corgi, with the annoying friend who won't give her a chance to actually say what she wants to say?
You're like me the other time when I was like drinking and I just kept going
You
on
know,
it.
we've been talking about that for a hot minute.
Because I'm embarrassed.
And go on. I'm
Oh,
giving
okay.
it to you.
I'm going to ignore the part where I was talking about how I was drunk the last time.
I'm actually really buzzed right now, so go on.
Sure. Okay, what's new with me? I went to a Nicki Minaj concert last night. That
How
was
the
a
fuck
lot
was
of
that?
fun. Nicki is so fun, but I was so mad because she came out at the concert said 8 o'clock when you buy the tickets, but then when you get the tickets, it said 8:30.
So, like, what time were you there?
7. Like,
Okay.
well, when did I get there? It was like 5. Like, I got to Boston, but like 7, you're in there, you're in your seats, whatever.
Okay.
She comes out at 10:30.
What the fuck? So what were you doing for that entire 7 to 10:30?
Sitting.
Were you, like, blacked out?
jamming? No, because so here's the other thing is that I did hide nips. I hid 3 nips in my boobs.
I love that. It's like high
Because-
school shit, but also for
Yeah.
adults.
Well, so when you go to TD Garden, it was crazy because I had a small little black purse, like small, and they said I wasn't even allowed to take that in. And like I'm telling you, like it wasn't like a bigger purse. It was literally like 2 of my fists together. And so I was like,
So what did they let you bring that in?
no. They said you either have to put it in storage, which I'm not gonna trust that. TD Garden, all those people, hell no. What? How am I gonna find my purse at the end of the night? Like, everybody's fighting to get
Was
their
it black
stuff back.
too?
The purse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black purse at a concert? You're never finding that. Everyone
Yeah,
has a
well-
black purse.
No, literally. So I was like, what? So, Lissa and I went with Lissa, and she and I went back to the car. It was like another 6-minute walk, maybe a little longer. And she's pregnant, so I'm like, these guys are assholes because she also had a big bag, so she also would have had to check it in. It was $15 if you wanted to check it in. It's like per person. So we're like, no, like we'll just walk back to the car. And so we check it in, and I'm like, well, I think I have boobs. And put them in there. So yeah, I shoved it in my bra, kept it going. No one said anything.
Wow.
Took a couple swigsies in the bathroom and called it a day. But she was out so late that I wasn't even drunk by the time she came out. I was like, this bitch.
Oh, I wonder, but honestly, to be that famous, I mean, do you
Oh,
really
she was
care?
so hot. That was actually one thing I wrote down out of all the concert because I was like, this is so sick. Like, if Megan and I are speaking like on what's new, I obviously want to bring up the concert because I'm literally wearing her shirt right now,
You are.
which was expensive. But here's my one note that I put when
Mm.
I wasn't drunk at all by any means, but like I did have liquor at some point in the night, so I was feeling a little like I was feeling my gay
You-
self, you know. And
Naturally.
so Nicki has this song where it's like I'm gonna make you feel like it's your special day, something like that. And she's like,
Mhm.
it's your birthday. I'm so bad at that. And she's wearing like this skimpy suit and she's doing like sex dancing. Like she's like pelvic thrusting the floor and like sticking her ass up and like it's so big and like juicy and it's like whatever. And so I literally took out my notes mid concert with my mouth wide open and typed in my notes being sexually in love with Nicki. That was my topic.
Why am I not surprised by that?
I was in awe. I was like, oh my
The
God.
queen has entered.
I looked at Lissa and I said, I feel like I'm in a strip club. Like she was spreading it for me. That's the title of this. Nicki Minaj spreading her legs for me.
Honestly, you're
It
not
was-
wrong there.
It was awesome. It was great. It was a truly awakening experience.
What if we try to call her right now on Instagram?
Oh my God, let's call her. You think she'd answer?
Honestly, no. All the famous celebs, they all have it booked on.
Girl, keep talking. I'm gonna call Nicki. Like I don't even care.
Well, she actually is, and I have to admit something. I'm gonna do a little follow up here and I haven't actually checked for a hot minute, so I'm gonna do it while we're talking, is Charlotte the Stingray. We actually haven't gotten, like, any update from her yet. And if for any of you new listeners, Charlotte the Stingray is a stingray who
Oh, okay, thank you for that.
became self-impregnated, so we suspect, or she was impregnated by sharks. We don't really know. At an aquarium in, like, North Carolina, and we brought it up on a different podcast than the one you're listening to, and we don't know if she's given birth, so I'm gonna look it up.
Just so you know, I can't call Nikki. But I do see she posted about her Boston concert, so. Back to fucking Charlotte.
So, Daily Mail says that North Carolina Aquarium releases update about Charlotte the Stingray's immaculate pregnancy. The immaculate pregnancy says that Loki
Wait, Meg,
hasn't given
is
birth.
this a Megan's Mini or?
No, this has just been like
Oh, this is your
a
life.
literally
This
update
is a part of what
that
you
I've
want.
been
Okay.
waiting to
So,
say.
I'm sorry, what did you say about her? She did not give birth yet?
No, we just are still waiting. I'm just saying,
Still?
it straight up has been a topic we brought up,
I was
and we
gonna say-
said we'd follow up on it, and we straight up, I just did, and she still hasn't given birth.
I was like, Megan, you can't say you have an update when, once again, she has still not given birth. She was supposed to give birth any day. This was months ago.
Exactly. That's why I just want to bring it up, is that it's been months, and I've actually been actively checking, and she just hasn't.
You brought it
So,
up another podcast.
That's my
too.
first update about myself.
That was another podcast recently. You brought it up again and you said she still didn't give birth. So this is the third podcast.
Third. That should say something. 3 weeks. Last update about myself that I guess we're just gonna roll right into it. Update about me. Nothing really personally other than Charlotte the Stingray. Other than that, one thing I have to look forward to is I'm about to go on a work trip to Vegas. And I'm really excited about it.
Oh, wait. What? I thought you were going to Michigan.
Okay, so just to set
Okay,
the
rub it in our
scene-
face. That's fine.
Just to set the scene, little traveler's queen over here. Every year since literally I have been in the womb, and I can confirm this, my family has been going to the Frozen Four. It's not the Final Four. I know you're all, like, super excited about basketball. It's hockey.
No, I think they're all saying keep talking, Nepo baby.
You know what? I just can't relate to the poor people. So,
That's me. I'm the poor people.
yes, she wants to play Nepo Baby. Might as well just, like, play into it, right?
She's like, yeah, I treated you to the champagne glass.
I treated you to a bottle that I can't afford. Every year, though, in all seriousness, seriousness, when I drink, sometimes I can't speak English.
Sometimes you have a lisp, I
I
guess.
do.
You've said it. Anyway.
Ever since I don't know, ever since I existed, my family has gone to this thing called the Frozen Four, which is the college Division 1 ice hockey tournament. I mean, I play hockey, so it's been of interest to me growing up. And this year I'm going again. Last year it was in Florida. And to our loyal listeners, you would probably recognize that as the time when I was left in a sea of men on the docks of Tampa Bay, Florida. And I was
I'm
terrified.
trying to remember.
And this was one of our, probably like our second episode.
Oh.
This was the Floridian man who
said that you were crying to get sympathy.
Yes, who called me a fucking bitch, a cunt, you name it.
And that was in Florida, though.
That was
yeah,
in Florida
yeah.
when I was out. I'm going again. It's in
But
Michigan.
this is Michigan, so we'll see.
So we will see what happens.
So
But-
Frozen 4, any relation to Disney?
Elsa does not play in the stadium.
Gay, moving on.
unfortunately.
And gay in the best way, of course, because...
So that is one trip I'm going on, and that's literally tomorrow. I am, like, drunk right now, but I'm still gonna get on that plane. It's fine.
I will still go to work tomorrow.
And you're still gonna go to work tomorrow.
I am not rich. I'm sad and poor.
And it's fine. I'm also sad and poor, and I would not
You
be.
just said you were more rich than me.
I literally would not be going on this trip without my dad's help. And on top of that, I'm still budgeting for it in case I have to buy my own drink. I budgeted for our dinner tonight.
She's gonna text me for money in the next couple days.
She's not wrong there. She's probably not wrong.
She's like, yeah, so if I end up having to need money, can I text you? Because what was it? Wait. Oh, because you got us the champagne. That's right. I was like, wait, why did you say that again?
No, if there's a chance, I'm so sorry. So
I'm sure your boyfriend will pay for it anyway.
You're not.
He said he got you. Remember that time you were sad and he gave you his credit card? And he was just like, have fun.
I know, he says it, and then, like, afterward, if I spend, like, an absurd amount, he's like...
Well, I mean, come on. I get that.
But, like,
What do you
why
mean?
give the credit card, though? Like, what...
Megan.
Give me a limit. Be like, $300 is the limit.
How much do you spend?
Oh, not, like, that much.
I
Like,
was
no.
Megan, of course.
No, I get nervous when it's over 100. Like, don't get me wrong. But, like, he doesn't ever give me a limit. So, like, if I do
You'll
spend...
know.
Like, my thing is, like, as long as that's under 400, we're good. And usually that's plenty for groceries or whatever it is.
He says as long as it's under.
No, I guess that if it's under 400, and even that,
That's a lot of money.
350. But, like, here's the thing. I've never spent that much. Like, that's, like, my, like, happy guess. And that's, like, if he's good. He usually will communicate with me if he's not okay. And, like, that isn't a normal circumstance either. I think there have been many times where he's given it to me out of, like, being like, oh, get this, get that. Sometimes, I don't know. Maybe.
I'm just a baby, she says.
I'm just a baby. So the point is, the only new thing going on with me is that my work is going to send me on a work trip to Vegas, which I'm really excited about.
Rub it in.
I mean, I'm going to be at a conference all day. It's literally...
I would absolutely take that over being here. And
like, it's frustrating because I'm going to be sitting at a conference, like, listening
with a drink in my hand.
No, literally watching keynote speakers.
That is boring.
Looking out to the skies, being like,
seeing
Vegas.
people on the street.
Yeah, no, that's literally what it is. It's like literally rubbing it in your face. But that's the only thing new with me.
Okay. Okay. I have a big topic that it was a documentary I looked into. I've seen TikToks, whatever, yada yada yada. Do you know anything about Ruby Frankie?
I don't know.
Okay. So she was this big YouTuber with her family. It was called, oh my god, I think it was 8 passengers. I might be wrong on the number though. And it was her husband, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe 6. Oh, it must be called 6 passengers, 8, or unless it's 8 because of the husband and wife. Anyway, regardless of the name, there was like 6 kids, I think. And basically, they got public because of their, like, strict parenting style. But, like, a lot of people on the internet, because they had millions of views, were like, this is wrong. And a lot of people were very skeptical and critical of her. So anyway, long story short, she and her husband, they ended up getting a marriage counselor and ended up eventually divorcing. But the weird thing is, this marriage counselor has, like, a fucked up way of beliefs and stuff like that. Ends up, like, becoming best friends with this YouTuber, Ruby. And they actually move in together, okay? The marriage counselor,
and
her name is, I think, Jody.
Okay.
And Ruby, they move in together. And only, from my understanding, the 2 youngest out of the 6 are staying with them. And one day, the youngest boy, who they call R in the documentary, they don't even give his full name, goes to one of the neighboring houses, knocks on the door, No one answers. Like rings the doorbell. No one answers. He goes to a second house. Again, no one answers. This time we have Ring camera footage so we can see it online. It's published. He goes to a third house, and finally, as he's walking away, because no one answered initially, the person opens up the door, and he goes like, "What's up, son?" Whatever. He finds out the kid comes back, and this is on Ring camera as well, so you can see it. The kid is very scrawny, um, emaciated, I believe is the term, where they obviously haven't eaten. And he says, "I need you to help me out, and I want you to take me to the police station." And they sit down. Um, the neighbor sees that his hands and legs had been tied up in like rope, duct taped, stuff like that. And um, they call the cops and describe what's happening. And so the cops come and take care of him. And the second they see him, they get him in the ambulance, and they're just disgusted because he has like uh, his flesh where his hands would be tied up, his two wrists would be tied up, and his two legs would be tied up, is like just like so much flesh torn apart that you could like see the muscle and stuff. It was sick, actually. I saw some pictures of it. And so anyway, they're talking to him, and they find out that his mother is Ruby Frankie, and they ask if there is any other people living with him in the place where he was before, and he said he has a sister, and they refer to her as E. Um, and so the cops go to the house, and they're raiding it. It's a huge, almost compound. It's a mansion because they're rich. They're YouTubers. And so they asked the kid, "When was the last time you saw your sister?" And he said, "About a month ago." They lived in the same house. But they didn't see each other because they were being tortured in separate areas. The cops finally did find the little girl. Her head was shaved. She was also skin and bones, sitting in a closet. Um, the cops had to sit with her for like 4 hours, bring her food before she was willing to even leave with them, because she kept saying like, I don't know how Jody's gonna feel. Like she would punish her, like it was a test. Come to find out, they were absolutely tortured beyond belief. The boy named R in this documentary I was watching was they would make him as like punishment for literally anything. They'd make him stand in the 100+ degree weather in Utah, barefoot all day on his birthday one time. He slept outside all the time. They never gave them food or water. They forced the little boy on his birthday or just randomly days to jump on a trampoline barefooted in the hot 100+ weather for 8 hours a day. And they showed the trampoline that was literally like calcification, whatever you call it, from the drips from the sweat and the dried up everything that showed proof that he was
Yeah,
doing that.
especially that a trampoline is black usually.
Boiling hot.
Like in
His skin
you
was
said
just
you said Utah, like that.
Utah.
It's probably hot weather.
Oh my god, yeah, over 100 degrees. Like it was terrible. The little girl named E, she didn't speak much, but she said that she would have to steal water from the shower or when brushing her teeth. But she was watched by both Ruby and Jody to make sure that she wouldn't try to take extra water when doing these things. And they would shut off the water when she was brushing her teeth so she couldn't have any water. Both of the kids were handcuffed. They were left with very bad injuries. They were brutal to look at, as I said.
So sad. Like
Yeah.
if you can't handle having a kid, like don't fucking do it.
The
God damn.
the mom said the mom showed literally no signs of remorse, and she said that the devil is after her. This is a popular YouTube, millions of subscribers, not even like an average Joe. Like this is a popular YouTube channel. I remember listening to people back in the day, like back in high school, talk about this channel. Like, it's a big channel.
And how long ago do you know
I
when
think this
they were caught?
I
guess?
think this came out in the past year. But they've had the channel since what? I was in high school probably, like 10
So,
years
like,
ago maybe.
2015,
I would
2014.
assume maybe around there. That's just my guess. And all of her kids have like grown up enough to like not be in the house. Her two middle children were taken away and put in the system. So I know they're not over 18. But I know one of the two oldest, the girl, is trying to get her little siblings back. But
Ugh.
she was like really glad that her mom was put in jail. That should say something.
It's so sad. I mean, we think of people, something McCarthy, Jessica McCarthy, something McCarthy, the star from iCarly who played Sam.
Jeanette McCurdy?
Jeanette McCurdy, thank you.
Jessica McCarthy?
I don't know. I'm thinking,
You think Melissa McCarthy?
I mean, she
Tammy.
literally published a book that
Yeah,
said,
Jeanette McCurdy.
yeah, I'm glad my mom's dead. I mean, the kids who are causing profit and they're treated like absolute fucking shit.
Yeah, but this was like a whole mother fucking level. This
Now,
was like
were the kids part
sickening.
of the YouTube video?
Yes.
And they just
she stopped posting YouTube videos, and then like I guess she was starting to slowly maneuver from YouTube videos to doing like a side partnership with this marriage counselor who she became BFFs with. The marriage counselor really is the one that started putting these torturous beliefs into her about I don't think she was ever in the right, by the way. Like, I think she was always crazy based on the videos. Like, one time I saw that from a YouTube video that resurfaced years and years ago when her oldest two were living in the house. They were just casually chatting, and he goes, "Yeah, it'll be nice when I get my bedroom back." She took away his bedroom for I think 7 months for some like unknown reason, like made him like sleep on the floor. And like they said it in a YouTube video like nonchalantly. She was just like evil, an evil woman. If you were to watch the videos, you'd be literally sick.
Now, is she in jail now?
I think she is still in jail, yeah, and she's trying to get. This is the fucked up part. How is it that people are literally still in jail? I'm pretty sure. I don't think they got released, but people from before anything was legalized. How is it people are serving life in jail for fucking marijuana, but this woman who starved, um, injured, mutilated, didn't give any water or basic necessities, tortured her kids, made them sleep outside. How is it she might get only up to 30 years? Up to 30 years. Max. Not even going to be likely. It's probably going to be 6 years. How is she only getting that amount? Are you kidding? Isn't that sick?
She should spend the rest of her life in jail. I mean, like, literally, like, I'm thinking, like, I'm about to go on a trip tomorrow, and I'm slightly nervous about, I mean, I'm gonna bring my weed pen.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, am I gonna get in trouble? But I've brought it so many times before, and
So if you end up in jail, just know you'll be in jail longer than Ruby, Frankie, and Jody.
just know I'm calling you to bail me out.
You want to ask Keith for the money? You ask Scotty for the money.
Honestly, I'm hoping.
How much money is it to bail someone out for weed?
I don't think at like the airport that I'm going to that they would cause any issues. We'll see. But I'm just saying. I just think like Gabriel Fernandez. That's another great example of. I mean, unfortunately, in this case, this child did not survive.
Oh, I remember that.
But it later became a documentary because
everybody failed him.
Everybody failed him, and honestly, they actually put the social workers that were on the case because there were calls from this teacher who was the teacher of Gabriel Hernandez who expressed concerns, and they did not act soon enough to save this child. And the offenses when they were brought to court were, why didn't you take this seriously and why didn't you act faster? And truthfully, it's really sad to think that in a way, at first I was so angry at the system for being like, why did you fail this child? But at the same time, if we look, we always say that, right? We failed them. We failed this person. But in reality, like, it's actually really hard to, like, really, like, actually get to it and actually, like, support this person. Like, I had no idea who this child was until the documentary came out, and even the social workers that were working at the time, like, they expressed being understaffed and overworked, and there's too many cases.
Well, did you know the sister called on the older sister called on the mom like years 2021 I think it was
Of
saying
Gabriel Hernandez?
no
or
of the 6 passengers account or 8 passenger whatever it is.
the one that
The
you're
one, Ruby
bringing
Frankie,
up?
yeah.
Okay.
She called and she said, "Hey, I'm nervous." I can't remember the reasoning. And no one looked into it. Or no, they went to check up on them, but no one answered in the home and they couldn't like go in to check. And so they just kind of brushed it on the rug. And obviously all this was going on. And they think that the kids would have died because Jody was looking into buying a secluded ranch in the middle of nowhere. And on top of that, I can't believe I didn't mention this. Ruby literally was journaling all of the stuff she was doing. So it's literally like she was writing what she was doing. She was writing it all down. Like, and I think they said something about like leaving the kids, like dropping them off in the middle of the fucking nowhere and like get back. Like, they would have died. They would have died.
Did she ever, like, this famous YouTuber, did she ever give, like, a reason as to why she was torturing her children? Because clearly
No.
she wasn't doing it on screen. She was doing it off screen. So, like, what the fuck caused her, like, what? I mean, I've heard accounts like this before where there's been suspicions of several other, like, like, not platinum, I don't know. Like, just really famous YouTube stars.
She's like Taylor Swift.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. Honestly, like,
No, I know what you're saying.
For YouTubers, like, not surprised these
They
days.
do get,
They-
those awards.
Yeah, there are. But there have been many YouTubers that are like, people are suspicious, like, hey, have you noticed this girl? She's so famous on YouTube, but all she does, like, there's this one famous account, I don't know if it's still active, but she, like, all she does is, like, smile, and she just has, like,
oh, is it the
long,
creepy
dark hair.
girlfriend?
Something, and all she does is just sit there on camera, and she smiles as she listens to music.
Oh.
And
oh,
everyone,
I
like,
don't know.
thinks that, like, she's being kept in a house and being told to do this.
The only
to
one I'm
make
thinking of
money.
is Poppy, but she's blonde. Long blonde hair.
But I'm
and
sure there's
stares.
plenty of other YouTube stars
Mm.
that are forced to do that. And honestly, maybe that's like a new, like, really terrifying, like, you're forced to do, like, become a YouTube sensation to make money.
I mean, to answer your question, though, no, she did not give a reason. And I think the scariest thing is I genuinely think she thinks she was in the right and just trying to teach her kids a lesson. Some fucked up reason. She's obviously mentally messed up. Because, as we all know, that is cruelty, terrible torture.
Horrible.
I can't even imagine being in that mind space. But from what I have seen, I genuinely think she thinks it's some religious thing. I think she thinks her kids are literally possessed and she's trying to, like, get the demon out of them. Based off of the documentary, what I took from it. I don't think that's...
And where did you watch this?
I watched it,
documentary?
it was ABC's 2020, and I think it was on Hulu or Max. I don't have Netflix, so it was either Hulu or Max. And it was really good, so I suggest watching it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was called, I think it was like Mom Influencer to Juvenile or something. It was kind of a funny title. I was like, yeah, get fucked. So I hope the kids are a lot better. That was my really heavy, big topic.
Wow. Way to leave it. Do you want to lead me in?
Sure.
It's Megan's Minis. I'm partying because I don't know what's happening, but we're happy about it.
That is quite like the transition. We're talking about like terrible, horrible things, like, and then we're just like Megan's mini. I think Megan's trying to get like a jewel or something from the dog, but I don't know. And it was a weed pen.
Probably best not have that.
How did he get that?
It fell.
God damn it!
It's okay. He didn't have it for. I knew
Oh,
it fell.
don't let him get that pillow. God damn it! My that. You're a bad boy. You're a bad boy. He's a bad corgi.
He knew. Okay. Megan's minis. Okay. Sorry, guys. Mariah's dog is just straight up uncontrollable. And what I got for you today is first,
Charlotte the Stingray. Just kidding.
right?
You're like, again.
Um,
I just looked.
First, this is just a really small one. Actually, it's not. It's actually a really big thing that's happening, and it's kind of scary and sad. But have you been hearing
Not
about
another
the
sad one.
girls getting punched in the face in
Me?
New York City?
No, what?
No, there's like this like crazy trend going on, and like I
What
don't
are
know
you
enough
talking
about. I don't know
Wait.
enough about it, but there are these girls like, and not even just like it's no one specific. Like in New York City specifically, women are getting punched in the face as like a one-off. There's like this trend going around of like punching people, and these girls are like getting punched in the face in New York City specifically. And I don't know if you've heard about it because it's only been specific to New York so far.
I think I've seen the original video because there was just this one TikTok that when you were talking about it reminded me of it, where it was this girl walking and she goes, "I just got punched in the face randomly," and she was in New York City,
Right.
and she had like this big boil on her face.
Yeah.
And I think they figured out who it was actually, but I thought it was just her. I didn't. Are
No,
you sure it's multiple
it's like
people?
a trend going on in New York. It's all over Instagram, or at least it was.
Damn.
I mean, I also am like the worst person when it comes to social media, but
So it could be a lie.
no, but like look it up. Even
No,
I know about it.
I definitely did see that one woman, so I do know what you're like. I know you're not lying about that. I did see that, but
So, like, and, like, unfortunately, I don't know, and, like, I don't think anyone knows the answer as to why it's happening. They just know it is, and so, like, clearly there's, and, like, my boyfriend
the
spread some
fuck?
light into a couple of years ago, there was a trend where it wasn't specific to women per se, but it was specific to just people in general, where people were getting just in general punched in the face like as a one-off, where it was like a knockout, where it was this trend where you just go and punch a stranger to the point where they just, you know, they get knocked out. And
I had never heard of that before.
and so my boyfriend told me about that, and I don't know. Recently, it clearly has just been, unfortunately, spearheading specifically just to women, and so that's the first thing I wanted to bring up.
Thank you. We weren't already sad enough.
Honestly, it's like, you know, as a woman, they say like nothing's enough, and they just want to hit us with something else.
Maybe it was pre-apocalypse like hype. Like that's terrible.
Um,
I'm just
the next thing I want to bring up, this is another kind of crazy one, and I was so badly wanting to bring this up to Mariah at dinner, and she knows that I didn't, so she can prove that I did not.
I told
spill
her to
the
shut her
beans.
mouth. I said I want a live reaction. I don't want to fake
And
it.
that's the challenge of podcasting, right? Is like as partners, we just want to tell each other everything, and then
Right.
we just gotta wait. So my sister, one night, she lives in Philadelphia. Not gonna
Way
tell
to
you where.
give away her location.
Philadelphia is a very big city. If you can find her, power to you. In this vast city that she lived in, she went out to a bar one night, and she decided, I'm just gonna live my life and go out to a bar. And then she decided, no wait, I want to go home. So she decided to go home after
Huh?
at the bar. She spent the night at the
So,
bar, and she
wait.
wanted to go home afterward.
So, okay, she's at her house. She decides, I want to go to a bar. I want to be spontaneous. She
She
goes
goes
by
to a bar.
herself to a bar.
Or maybe she met her friend, like
Who
maybe
knows?
they met each other.
The second she
She's
gets
at
there,
a bar, No, not like a second.
Oh,
Like,
okay, I was
she
like,
spends. I was just trying to be funny. She spends time at the bar, and she's with her
Okay.
friends, living her best life.
I'm ready to go home. Okay.
And then she decides she wants to go home. But nobody lives where she lives, so she has to go home by herself. And that's like the
Okay.
challenge and what I'm getting to.
She gets punched in the face because
So-
it's actually New York. Just kidding.
Right? Honestly, very close, but no.
What? Okay.
I'm kidding.
All right.
Well, close proximity,
Sure.
but not close to what
The
happened.
story.
She calls an Uber. She waits for the Uber. She sees a car that looks like what it says on the app. So she gets into the car. She gets into this car, and for all of you minding you, Mariah is really nervous right now, which I'm.
My mouth is like slightly ajar, and I'm looking at Megan like growing eyes a little bit, like growing concern here.
And this is a true story.
I don't know how to verbally like say what I'm showing. So
She gets into the car that looks like what she believes to be her Uber, which we all know on the Uber app it says the car, like the make, model, it gives kind of like a description of the car. As a drunk person, you may not pay attention to that, so PSA, pay attention to that. And she's in the car. Car starts driving. A translator is handed to her while she's in the back seat. That's, just saying, hey, what's up? How are ya? She responds like,
translator.
this person driving the vehicle could not speak English,
Okay.
so they
Did they have
handed-
like a like
maybe
what's
not-
a translator?
maybe
like
not
or
like a
just phone?
translator, probably like a phone
Like
with
Google
like,
Translate.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably like an. I mean, in today's age, yeah, probably literally an iPhone with
Literally
Google
hands her an
Translate on
iPhone.
it. Yeah, and the person goes on the translator, after saying welcome to, like, thanks for whatever. I don't know. I'm like making.
thanks for joining me.
Yeah, I'm assuming that.
Welcome to my humble abode.
I mean, and like this is what my sister told me. She was handed a thing, and it was like, like because the person couldn't speak English, and at first she wasn't like super thrown off by it, because I'm sure there's plenty of Uber drivers in the world that don't speak English in the country we live in, and that's totally fine. I mean, great that you feel the need to speak English, like speak the common language, but whatever. Anyway, so that happened, and the afterward, the Uber driver started complimenting my sister on her beauty, and
Through a translator?
through this translator.
Wait, but how? Like, if you're driving, like he's not typing it, obviously.
I
So
have
is
no
he speaking
idea.
into the phone?
I'm assuming so. It must be like a
Okay.
Siri situation, because this is what my sister told me through text. So there might be a chance. And
What language was he speaking? Do you know?
I'm assuming Spanish, but
Okay, ready? So, this is how I imagine it. He takes the phone.
¿Cómo estás?
Ready? Okay, so
Mi amo.
star sign, speak Spanish, star sign. He gives it back to her, and the translation is, "Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear."
Why did I not? Why did I imagine that? I said that so wrong. I imagined that so hard.
Anyway, continue.
So yeah, so like he's like started complimenting her beauty, whether it be through Siri or some sort. I'm assuming so, and he's complimenting her beauty. So she responds, "Wait, are you my Uber?" And so he says, "No, but I'll take you wherever you want to go." So my sister, straight up in a vehicle in the middle of this city with not her fucking Uber. So I don't know how this happened, and I'm about to go on this trip, so I'm sure I'm going to get more of the dirty details, because clearly she's alive. She somehow gets out of the vehicle. Must have been like, if I were to guess, it's probably very, not anticlimactic, because, like, seriously, PSA, check who your fucking Uber is before you get in the car, but if I were to guess, they didn't necessarily leave yet, so, like, they were starting to talk, and she said, "Wait, are you my Uber?" and they said no.
Oh, thank
So
God they weren't
she,
driving.
so, well, I don't know for
no,
for
but you're
certain.
probably right.
I'm
Like,
guessing that because
she's
she
probably
ended up
thinking, who is this getting in my car?
right. So after she said, "Wait, are you my Uber?" and the person said no, she ended up getting out of the vehicle from the story that I was told, and she booked it, like fucking ran like a motherfucker. And she told me after she ran like a bat out of hell that this supposed Uber driver that was not actually an Uber driver was chasing her down the road with their car,
Shut up.
screaming at her for like a block or two. And she finally was able to get another Uber. And like this was all like this was actually the same weekend that you were visiting me, but you and I were dealing with other issues at the same time, so I wasn't available.
Oh my God.
So,
Our issues were definitely not that big. Like,
but like,
compared to that.
how fucking crazy is that?
That
getting in
makes me sick to my stomach.
Right?
Actually.
Like, and the fact that it's someone we know is like you would never think.
I don't. Yeah, I'm sure, like, when you heard that too, like, that must have, like, really made your stomach drop, because I, like, can't even imagine, like, my siblings or something.
And I didn't
That
even know till
makes
the
me
next
feel
day.
sick.
And she kept trying to text me throughout the night, and I didn't connect the dots till the next morning until she told me the full story. And I was like, I am so sorry because it was so late. Like I wasn't
That's so scary.
right.
Oh my God.
Terrifying.
That would make me scarred to even go out by myself.
I
like,
was-
ever.
I was like, and you know, this was all via like I haven't talked to her on the phone. I know I'm a terrible sister, but we've been like she's in finals right now, and you know I'm starting a new job.
Yeah, well, she almost
so-
had her final night, goddamn. Like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, that's scary
Seriously, and so maybe there might be a better update going forward, but
as
that's
hell.
the
Jeez,
story.
I hope that it's, like,
I was
not
giving-
as dramatic as it seems. It seems very traumatic. That's scary, because that could have been bad. Like, I mean, and the fact that you added on to it saying he was chasing her down the road, that's where it's not even just like, okay, that was a fucked up mistake, kind of low-key scary. It's like, okay, what would he have done if she didn't get out?
Right. What?
Especially it's Philly, not to be, like, stereotypical,
I
but, like,
straight up
it's
was
scary.
visiting her the other. I'm talking as if like it was very similarly close, but no. Last time and only time I visited her, we were walking down a street and we had to take public transit where she lives. Like you don't have cars around there, and like we were walking back towards her apartment and there was a guy literally bent over on drugs.
I've seen that a lot in, like, Arizona and stuff.
It's hard because where we were raised specifically, it's
New
not.
England.
Yeah, it's not specifically.
We don't see that often
We don't
here.
see it where we live specifically, but go closer to the major cities, Boston, New York.
Yeah, and then you do Boston, definitely, for sure.
I
for
mean,
sure.
you and I
But,
were. You and I were on our trip, and
we've seen a lot.
we saw
Mhm.
a lot of really sketchy things. Like, and it's sad. It's sad that people go through that, and also it's sad that you motherfucking piece of shit thought you could take my sister and think that that was okay. Get the fucking help you need, or you're going to hell.
You're not questioning why this girl jumped in your car? Like,
No,
like, what? You're
that
just
was
like,
the next victim for this
what?
disgusting
creepy. You
of
have
a
to
human
look up,
being.
like, any,
And I'm usually the calm one on this podcast. I'm usually the nice one, but
Stop.
you,
Shut the fuck up.
fuck no, I'm not.
You were the second person to call me a bitch in the past week.
I love you, bitch.
I was gonna say in, like, a nice, playful way, but, like, second person to say I'm a bitch.
No, this motherfucker and co-host
Or
that
third.
I have,
You might be the third, actually.
this co-host that I have, I'm obsessed with. She's not a bitch, so if you think that she is, fucking suck my dick.
And Megan has a big one, so it might be hard.
Mariah's about to suck it after this.
Duh.
So that was one
Wow.
crazy story. I've been saving that. And this is a true story, as crazy as it sounds. My
Okay.
sister straight up got into the wrong Uber.
I believe that.
My last one that I have for you, after my sister was kidnapped, this is little bit of a letter note, and this is called Cum Shot Couch. And for Mariah and our other listeners who have literally no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, I have to talk about a personal sex story.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really excited for this?
I'm so excited to hear about all of the cum.
So, I'm on my couch.
Brand new. Milo wasn't even allowed on it. Couch.
Yeah,
I'm just
so-
kidding. He was allowed.
So, leading up to this story, Mariah has visited me, and as much as he doesn't like to admit it, Scott was throwing the towel. He was so fucking anxious. He really was convinced that this dog was about to become the fucking Godzilla of our apartment.
Fair enough. He is. However, I don't
he
think he
is.
knows me enough to know that I am hyper aware of not
Hyper.
wanting to ruin anything for anybody. And I'm so focused.
And not even
on
above
it.
that, but like Auntie Megan here, same thing. Like straight up, we're like podcasting, and like Milo might be chewing on like something in your apartment. And I'm like, what's he chewing on? Let me
Oh,
go
yeah.
grab it. Like
No, yeah,
we're
I'm-
both very hyper.
We're on top of it.
We're
Like
on
here,
top
I'm
of
a
it.
little more relaxed. I'm like, if he's chewing something, I don't give a fuck. I'll fix it later. But like your house, I was like, no, he needs to be secluded. Like I didn't even want him chewing anything on your carpet. Like I was like, like.
And this dog was so cute when he visited me.
He actually was pretty. He was well behaved.
He was really well behaved. He was so funny though. He was super excited at one point, and he just wanted to cuddle.
That was cute.
And he was just obsessed with Scott because Scott wasn't showing him any.
Yeah, Scott didn't like him back.
And it wasn't that like Scott didn't like him as like a dog. It's just like he was playing a game, and I've asked him since then. I've been like, "Did you like the dog? Like, what's your deal?" He's like, "No, I like was literally playing a game." I'm like, "All right, you dumb motherfucker, whatever." But so Milo would just like he would go to like lay on the couch, but he had like a sandal in his mouth, and
I was like, oh my god, Milo, please let
and
me
that was
live.
the cute part. He's like, I'm just gonna make myself comfortable, but here's a sandal.
He's so cute.
It wasn't even mine. If it was
Not
mine,
to be
I would have
confused
allowed
with
it.
this story though, because we're talking about cum shots and the dog. So I feel like most people are like, okay, what are you talking about? This dog and a cum shot.
Okay, you're not wrong. Okay.
You're not wrong.
So other than this dog visiting, that
Cum shot is not related to the puppy. Just
yeah.
so you know.
But by the way, incognito, Milo is our mascot, so just don't forget that. So with that being said, so me and my significant other were getting down and dirty on our couch. And
Okay.
just to give situational awareness for all of you listeners, our couch is, your typical, what would you say,
It's an L couch.
An L couch
L
where
couch. Mhm.
you have two cushions and then one jut out to be more of like a recline, just for those who don't know what an L couch is.
Are you trying to call our listeners poor?
I mean, I did not buy a couch that
Because
comes-
I'm poor.
I'm poor too. I did not buy any of the furniture in
You
our
don't know what
apartment.
an L couch is.
Honestly, I have not bought any of the furniture in any of our apartments.
I was gonna say Megan doesn't know what an L couch is because she doesn't have to buy anything. Everybody buys it for her.
Because I can't afford it myself.
Oh, okay.
So
Anyway, that's an L couch, guys.
so. My boyfriend and I were getting a little kinky, and he was like, "I want to fuck you so bad because you're so hot."
Oh God.
And you were literally the goddess of my world, and I need you in my life all the time, and I need to have sex with you
That's
all
what
the
he
time.
said.
That's exactly
He's like the moon
what,
of my stars.
apple of my eye. That's exactly what he said. He's like, if I don't have you right now, I might burst.
Oh, he did.
But let me tell you. So, I am facing the arm of the couch. My head and eyes are facing the arm of the couch. My legs are crossed. I'm kind of just like spooning. I'm just laying there spooning.
Mm-hmm.
And my significant other is spooning me as well, but with a penis. and you
I
know,
almost spit my drink.
and he's penising me.
Bro, what?
He's
penising me.
He's fucking me,
Oh my god.
and
Me when I'm getting fingered, but with a penis.
but like I don't know, as a woman,
Penising me.
when you're in the spoony position and your legs are stacked on top of each other.
But isn't that nice?
It-
Because you can take a nap.
It's great when
kidding,
you're
I'm kidding.
sleeping
I'm
for
kidding.
sex.
Oh,
I mean, another story, right? 'Cause
consensual sleeping.
consensual sleeping.
Anyway, yes, your legs are tight.
My legs are tight. So when he's acting into me,
Acting? Okay.
he's penetrating me
Okay.
with his beauty and love.
Oh boy, how many times can we say like fucking me in a different way? I mean,
I know, I'm
So
really
many
trying so
synonyms.
many different ways, but while he's doing that, my legs are crossed, and it's just, he does not, like, stay in me, and he pops out.
he goes. Did that do it? No.
One more. He needs to do a big one.
No. No. That was terrible. Okay, anyway. Sure. Okay, we can't do it. Anyway.
We can't. Oh, wait.
Megan, you just sound like you're kissing a fucking dead fish. What is happening? You look like an elderly lady. You look like an elderly lady. Okay, she just did like a fish hook with her mouth.
I
Okay,
tried.
it was terrible. Anyway.
Anyway, so it was like that. And
It was like that. Yeah, okay.
And he proceeded to take his extensional penis, and he did not realize necessarily that he was outside me, and maybe, I don't know, he was just like groove, 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 punch, 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 just go, go, go. And he proceeded thinking that he was in me. He wasn't. He nutted at the perfect moment, all over the couch, all over my leg, just, and I go, did you just come? And he goes, yeah, why? And I go, you weren't inside me. He's like, what are you fucking talking about? Of course I was. And I was like, fucking look, you motherfucker. And right there was a beautiful cum spot.
Not beautiful.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it was annoying because I had to clean it, but...
So Milo isn't allowed to come on the couch, but Scout is. No, just kidding. Scout?
Nope. You
I can't take
made
it back,
your
can
bed
I?
there.
I can't take it back, can I? I meant Scott. Freudian slip?
Literally about to piss myself.
I can't believe that happened. It took me a solid second before I realized I said Scout instead of Scott.
Honestly, there was a second where I actually believed that that's what you were
You
trying,
totally when
trying
I
to
said,
say, and I was like, that doesn't make sense, but what? I thought it was more like, I love cats, maybe?
I had so much to say and I just blanked it all now that I did that. I'm so sorry. Scott can come on the couch, but Milo can't. Okay, that's what I meant to say.
So that's Megan's mini. Really
okay.
hilarious.
I have one question about that last Mega Mini. So he didn't realize that it was not your vagina, and that makes me wonder, is your vagina super loose? Like, for him to not notice when he pops out, that's a little low-key sad.
I mean, I'd
be offended.
It might be like a little bit of gravity where like he was fucking like my inner thigh, or it could have been more like timing. It was because here's the thing, like it could be my pussy side, I don't think it works like that, but I will say it was pretty instantaneous. We're
I was
like,
gonna say my second question is, are you normally that dry? Because I'm sure your thighs weren't wet. so
no.
so like he was fucking the dry thighs, and he's like, yeah, this is a vagina. I'm a nut.
Here's the thing. Like, if I were to like play it back for you, like it was pretty instantaneous. How like I knew he pulled out. And I kind of thought I was gonna push it back in, but then
You were like, let me just
abruptly. But then he abruptly stopped, and I was like,
let
"Oh,
me Hoover vacuum
fuck!"
it in.
He came. It was like he pulled
he came,
out.
I didn't.
It was like he pulled out a thrust, and then I went to go like you know.
You went to Hoover it back in.
I went to maneuver it like a sexy motherfucker that I am, because, like, of course, naturally, I would never want to interrupt the flow of a man fucking a girl, because, like, naturally, you can always give us some orgasms every time, and I did not want to change that. But,
ow,
the second I was about to take my little thumb and maneuver it,
my little thumbsies.
1 second too late.
My little thumbsies was
and
covered
my couch
in some
paid
slip
the
and
fucking
slides.
price for it. And that's the victim here, is my couch that I did not pay for. And that is the victim.
Oh my god, I wish people would pay for me the way people pay for Megan.
This is brought to you by Incognito Podcast, and we are
Nepo
a
Baby
non-profit.
Nepo Baby Syndrome, love it.
I would still be living with my parents if it weren't
for Scotty.
Yeah.
So 2 Scotts in your life. Love
to
that.
To the Scott Mobile.
Here's the thing. I only have 2 more things that I need to talk about on this one. It's already an hour though, but I also don't have enough time to stay up for a whole other one.
That is so fine, because probably so much of getting cut.
You think?
Actually, no, I don't think
it was
a
pretty
lot.
solid. Okay. I have 2 things. I'm gonna make them 2, hopefully quick things.
Give them.
Okay, 1. Megan is very nice. I can't believe this hasn't been brought up this whole time.
I'm about to shit it for.
Once again, I am that 3 blind mice bitch. My eyes are red again. And Megan did not comment on it once, and I actually forgot they were even red. Did you noticed you didn't say anything?
Of course, naturally I noticed, but I didn't say anything. So I know it makes you not feel the best, so why would I say something?
It happened because after the Nicki concert, like, I wiped it off, and I was like, I think it must be
What
my
did
makeup.
you-
I think I used a makeup, like, thing that was contaminated from the previous time. And so now I'm like red eye again.
Can we just talk? What is your makeup routine? I need to hear it, because
Apparently it ain't good.
So what do? You put on your foundation. What do you use for
Okay,
eyeliner?
really quick,
What
step
are
by
your
step.
eyeball things?
Okay, so moisturizer, foundation, contour, blush, highlighter, concealer, powder, eyebrow gel, eyebrow glue, eyeshadow, a black liquid eyeliner, and mascara.
How long have you had your mascara and your eyeliner?
I think it's the mascara, because the mascara, the last time I really used the one that I used that time was probably around that time that I was getting the conjunky. So, but I was desperate. I was going to Nicki. I needed a black, like, non-water, like,
you
a
needed
waterproof
to not
one.
cry.
Well, because
essentially.
here's the thing is, like, I have Better Than Sex, that one. But that one runs down your face so quickly. Like, and it should be
Is it the waterproof one?
No, but it should be.
Oh.
There's no water going on, so why is it running? Like, it's just running in general.
Well,
and
your
that's-
eyes naturally moisturize
It's not
themselves.
such bullshit, though, because it's a $30-$40 mascara,
Oh.
and it's running, and I look like a raccoon. So I had to do the waterproof one, and the waterproof one was, like, probably contaminated and old. So I need like a newer one. So anyway, that's why I have conjuncti.
They do say
Yeah.
that like you need to like replace your makeup within 3 months.
Oh God, I don't do
And
that.
you can agree
one
with
does that.
this. No one does it. No.
It's a scam.
No one who's a normal person does that.
No.
Anyone who's an influencer who capitalizes on makeup, absolutely. But us normal folk, I am gifted from my grandmother who has the Macy's fucking card who gets Clinique for free. That is my fucking mascara. I get it for Christmas and it lasts me till the next Christmas. And that's life.
I have the same like Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow I've had since
Ugh.
I graduated high school like 10 years ago.
Have
like,
to admit, she makes a really good
So good.
brow pot
Oh
situation.
yeah, that's what I use. The gel pomade. Yeah, I use
for
that.
your brows. So good.
So yeah, that's
So
that.
I guess honestly, if you experience this, and if you're Mariah who experienced this, well, if it's from 10 years ago, maybe at that point throw it away.
Well, yeah, probably.
But if you're like Mariah who has sensitive eyes, yes, you do have to suffer occasionally.
I have
sometimes.
very sensitive eyes,
But-
apparently.
Maybe
Okay.
Nah, I don't. That's it. Just suffer.
That's that. All right.
It's part of one of my minis, and I brought it up more as like intro. I was really nervous about sharing our podcast on other platforms other than TikTok and Instagram, which we agreed upon as two platforms that we're
Yeah.
trying to be more active on. But I wanted to do a A/B test, which for those who don't do marketing, an A/B test means you try two different types of content to see which one performs better. I wanted to see if we performed at all on other platforms.
Fair enough.
And
I can't handle Reddit though. I can't handle the bad criticism.
so I joined specific communities that were for empowering sharing your podcast, like starting out. Like I looked up communities that were for share your podcast, starting a new pod, like, and I didn't post our podcast any other than these specific communities, if that makes sense.
So glad we found the community with the guy that said that we were
And
original.
this one Elk Bond, literally
Terrible username.
Literally the
Elk Bond
the
is
deer?
the worst name ever.
Think about like the deer elk, like
Ow, Megan, that hurt. My
Sorry.
ears.
They make a really loud noise though, like that.
Megan, you probably woke up Keith.
He's fine. I'm so sorry.
He's gonna think there's a fucking ghost ghoul haunting the fucking place.
Sorry.
Anyway, Elk Bond is a stupid goddamn name.
And then
I get
think
it.
of
I get it.
Bond, like
James Bond.
thank you. And yeah, that person just really came out fresh.
I think that person like literally sucks his mama's milkies, like,
But
and enjoys it
but
though.
like,
At the ripe age of 38, like.
do you ever think about like people who straight up are like, I talked about this once with a coworker at a job that I no longer work at, but do you think about like people who are like forced into slavery to like make scam calls and stuff? Like what if there are people
What? What are you talking about?
You've never heard about that? Like people who are like not in,
Currently?
No, not in America.
Okay, I was like, what?
Like in other countries that are kind of like forced into slavery.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like do you think about those scam
Is that a thing?
like those scam calls in India?
Yeah. Well, don't they choose to?
Not always.
What?
Like there's speculation, and I'm sure there's probably more factual evidence than what I'm providing you
I feel
right
like
now.
you pull them a leg.
No, I think like some of it, like people are forced into it.
I think
Like-
we should look into this because I don't know what you're talking about. Like a slavery in other countries. I didn't think that was.
Where they're forced
Man,
to.
how uneducated am I?
Yeah, so
Very. The answer is very.
there's people that are forced into it, but
Damn, I love to pretend I know what I'm talking about half the time.
I mean, I could be wrong. Could be spitting facts, but we've been spitting mad shit for a while.
Mad bullshit. It's
Ugh.
literally like we basically could have almost cut this up into 2 pods. So
You know, we could have, but
could have, but we
Mariah
decided no.
sweetly decided, I'm going to host Megan for a night because that's a good idea. I'm going to get a great night's sleep. With that being said,
Poor
Mariah,
Megan.
give me your final statement before I slumber into your bed with your dog and your cat who will fight over who's cuddling with me. You think that's fake? Mariah has proof.
As Nicki Minaj once said, or maybe not said, because I might have the lyrics wrong. I'm not that smart.
Insert really terrible singing here.
I don't know what to do next.
My
so Megan is
anaconda
going to.
don't.
Oh, there we go. Thank you,
anaconda
Megan.
don't want
My anaconda don't want Milo unless you got Scoopy Han.